Welcome back, everybody. I am back here in Ohio, and I had to pick up I have some trail cameras out here, and I'm going to pick up my ground blind, and I'm going to walk around a little bit. There's a lot less snow here than there is at home, especially on these south-facing slopes. You can see they're pretty melted off. The rest of everything else, it's got quite a bit of snow on it, but we're going to go ahead and grab my trail cameras and my ground blind and walk around a little bit, see if we can't find a shed or two. We'll see. Well, I put on a few miles now and haven't come across anything, but it seems that the area has been picked over pretty darn good. Pretty much everywhere I've gone there's boot prints. So somebody else knew about these bucks in here. They're definitely worth going out of your way to look for, so I'm afraid that they might have got found, or I'm not sure, but there's no doubt there's boot prints all over the place in here, so I'm a little late to the game, it looks like. But we're gonna keep looking, see if we can't stumble across anything. I'll tell you what, whoever shed hunted this before I got here did a pretty thorough job. I don't think I've taken 20 steps without coming across one of their steps since I got in this woods. I'd love to see what they picked up. Frustrating though for me. Drove an awful long ways to come shed hunt this and get my stuff, and here it's entirely picked over. Boot prints absolutely everywhere. Well, I'm back from Ohio, everybody, and I just wanted to walk some of these trails in the snow just so I could mark pretty much exactly where these trails were going through the hardwoods. And this one's unbelievable. I was on this trail right here, got to right here and looked over there, and right at the base of that tree I thought I could see tine sticking up. So I walked over here. I'll tell you what, that's an antler, you know, an old one, but how lucky is that? I can't believe I was able to spot that right at the base of that tree like that. That is an old shed, buried under leaves and somewhat under snow, but it looks like a nice one. I'm gonna take some pictures for Instagram, but I guess I'd rather be lucky than good, and that was lucky. Okay, let's pick this sucker up. I still can't believe I was able to spot that. It is pretty frozen. Wow. Look at that thing. That is a gnarly looking horn. It's got like a hole in the one side of it there almost. Wow. That is a cool find. For how long it's been here, it's really not chewed up much. Really. The brow tine's chewed up some, and the tips of these points are, but I mean, really, it's not chewed up too bad at all. And it's certainly old. Quite old. But that was the luckiest staying find ever. I've never been that lucky to just happened to see tines sticking up at the base of a tree like that. Guess I should name this video "I'd rather be lucky than good," and that was luck. Let's keep looking around here. Do you think there's been a few deer digging around in here? Unbelievable. Deer tracks everywhere. So I came back to the house. You guys just seen me find that really old shed that was extremely lucky. I just saw the tips next to that tree and picked it up out of there. I just did a quick circle and came back to the house, and then grabbed the snowmobile and came down, and I've been riding around a little bit checking out the food plots. They're really finally starting to melt some here, and I happened to look over here and I can see a shed. It's funny, I actually found a shed laying right here earlier this year. That little 8-point that I matched up the other day, that shed was laying right there. And if you come over here, another little 8-point shed right there. And this is a buck that I know pretty well. It's a palmated bugger, and the other side's even more palmated and has a little kicker off the base. So I'd like to find that other side. It's going to be a unique buck. He needs a few more years, but if he can get a few more years in him, it's going to be a really nice buck, I think. I'm going to get a few pictures of this guy before I pick it up quick. Okay, let's pick this bugger up. Yep, that's the deer I thought it was. He's really palmated for just a little buck like he is. Broke that tip off early on. But I got tons of trail camera video and pictures of this buck. He actually came out when Kaylee and I were hunting below the farm one day down there. But his other side is even cooler than this side. He's got, well, he's starting a kicker off this side too, but the other side's actually got a pretty darn good kicker coming off of it right off the base. So hopefully we can find the other side. I'm sure it's right around here somewhere. Pretty darn cool little buck though. I'm just gonna walk around it a little bit right now and see if we can't luck out and find that other side while we're here. We need the snow to melt more first, but we'll see.
Babe, this is not a home documentary.
What do we got?
What?
What are we making?
We are not making anything. I am making chicken parm. Unless you're gonna make banana bread. Geez, that's a big piece of chicken.
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shed hunting video up, everybody. I'm gonna show you the 2 sheds that I found on this video, and then show you all the sheds that I found so far this year. So this is the really unique find. This is the one that was laying at the base of that tree. It was just a super lucky find. I could just barely see these 2 tines sticking up at the base of the tree, and pretty darn cool looking antler, really. It's got a pretty big hole in the end of the beam right there where it splits. Pretty solid mass too. I don't know anything about this deer. This is in the woods that I actually don't hunt, so I don't really have any cameras in it. It was just a spot that I wanted to go for a walk where a bunch of deer had been crossing the hillside. So it's kind of a random find, but pretty cool nonetheless. And then this is a deer I know really well. This is a buck that ran with a really big spike all year long, and this other side actually is a lot cooler. The other side has a kicker off the base and has quite a bit more palmation. But this is a buck that I'm really excited about seeing in a few years and what he can do with age. But those are the two finds on this video, and then here's the find so far this year. There's my match set right there. And then here's one side to the buck that I call Paul. I need to find the other side too still. And then there they are. So we're doing good. We're at 6 sheds already, and I haven't really hardly got off the snowmobile. So we need the snow to melt, and we'll be back at them soon. Thanks for watching, everybody.